Good evening. I just wanted to share a few thoughts quickly. First, I know that the things that are going on have been coming at such a rapid fire pace that it's hard to keep up with them. It's even more difficult to believe them that these things are happening in our country, but they are. Um, and so I just want to encourage you to believe your eyes and believe your ears. The things that your eyes are showing you, the things that your ears are encountering, you're hearing what you're hearing. You're seeing what you're seeing what you're seeing. Believe what your eyes and ears are showing you. And an expression, a comment that Maya Angelou made some years ago: when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe what you're seeing, believe what you're hearing, because then you can at least be outraged, aghast, and respond to it as necessary. Um, so let's look very quickly at what's been happening to our country. With no majority, the occupant of the White House did not receive a majority of the votes. Again, 3 elections, no majority ever. With no mandate, you don't have a majority of the people voting for you. How are you going to claim a mandate? And certainly not a mandate to do this mess. No majority, no mandate, and no Musk. Nobody asked for Elon Musk in any of this. He paid hundreds of millions of dollars and probably did some other things with election software to make sure you were declared the winner. But nobody asked. You had no majority, you had no mandate, and nobody asked for Musk. And yet all of that is being forced on us. So understand what you're seeing. This unelected person, this immigrant bringing his apartheid mindset from South Africa, is laying waste to the Veterans Administration. The last thing the VA needed was thousands less employees to deal with the workload of caring for their military veterans, like myself and others. They needed more, not less. We didn't ask them to act like vaccines don't work and sit with their hands folded while measles is outbreaking in Texas, tuberculosis in Kansas, and now I understand that there was some measles in a couple of other states as well. All of this is totally and entirely unnecessary, but because individuals have decided they know more than doctors and scientists, here we are. And then you have a government that does not promote those things that in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, promoting the general welfare, really? When you're going to basically sit and twiddle your thumbs while there are outbreaks of things that had been cured and were treatable and cured years ago. So they're mistreating vets. They're dealing with health vaccines in a childish and petulant way. They're undermining the Department of Education, which cares for their learning plans for children who are learning disabled and are differently abled, and all of that because they're clutching the pearls and so concerned about real actual history being taught about U.S. history, world history, and events and some of the things that our country has done over the years. Oh, la, 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 la. That didn't happen. Yeah, it did. So you're going to try and erase all of these things and expect people to be dumb enough to believe the lies you're telling. And then what's this other thing about that other administrations had decided it doesn't make sense for U.S. military bases to be named after Confederate generals. They were people who were basically traitors to the Union. And now we're naming U.S. military bases after them. And those names were taken off those bases. And these people want to put the names of Confederate generals back on these bases. That's what you think you were elected to do? The demolition of the FBI, which was supposed to help keep us safe, but they also hold criminals liable for crimes. And when you have the perp in chief sitting in the White House, he doesn't want the FBI functioning anymore. But that's going to cause things to be less secure for all of us because they monitor domestic threats. And they are going to be compromised in being able to do their jobs because of these people who are afraid of truth and facts. And the foreign policy things, who asked them told them, yeah, we want to blow up our alliances and relationships with people around the world, because guess what, folks? The United States is no longer perceived by the rest of the world as a leader in the world. They're going to go around us, work together themselves, come together themselves, and do what they need to do. So Ukraine will ultimately end up being supported by Europe and Canada and Australia and other countries, so that they are not wiped off the face of the earth by Vladimir Putin, who, after doing whatever the Soviets did, the Russians did, to secure this unexplainable influence over Donald Trump and his administration, so that a U.S. president is ordering his government to weaken our keeping track of what the Russians are doing, and the word escapes me right now. But all of the things they were doing to keep Russia in line, try to keep them in line. And all of that is just being taken apart. Why? Why is that? What does the Russian president and the Russian government have on Donald Trump and his team that they are disassembling, again, our national security apparatus? Nonsense. And then here's another thing. The IRS firing thousands of agents, of people who employees who work for the Internal Revenue Service, and most of the people they're firing are people whose responsibility it was to monitor the tax filings of corporations, so that they made sure that those corporations paid their fair share, monitoring what wealthy people are filing to make sure that they pay their fair share. And they want to pay as little as possible, and then they want to have you and me pay our full share to carry the load for them. That's some nonsense. That's some nonsense. All right? So who does this help? Who's this for? It's not for you. It's not for me. And for those of you who thought, oh, well, as long as they bother those people over there, that doesn't concern me. Yeah, until your daughter or your grandson or your spouse or your neighbor or your congregation member or whomever loses their job, and then it matters to you. But again, stop acting like it's not happening. Believe your eyes, believe your ears, believe what's happening, and for God's sake, push back against it while we still have time. And so I just close with this. They are trying to privatize our government. Everything that our government does on behalf of the people of the United States, on behalf of we the people, they're trying to take it away. They want to privatize the Postal Service. They want to privatize medical care, Medicare and Medicaid. They want to just blow those up. They're messing with people's Social Security. Yeah, your papa and Mima's Social Security, grandma and papa, big mama and papa. They want to take away or diminish the benefits that are coming to them. And we're just going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs and allow it. You better wake the hell up while you can. Wake up while you can. And push back while we can. Do not allow this no majority, no mandate having Elon Musk apartheid accessing every sensitive area in our government to learn things about, I don't know, his competitors in the business world. How does one man get to do that? How does one unelected person get to do that? And for him, it's all about securing personal business advantage and then putting at disadvantage everybody else, and especially people who've been kissed by the sun. And I promise you, if you just sit home and continue to whine and complain about it and do nothing, you're going to look up one day soon and not have a country any longer that you recognize, and not have rights any longer, and not have access to services and benefits. And for God's sake, don't ever let anybody tell you, well, Social Security is an entitlement. No. Anybody who's ever worked in this country, you know every paycheck, Uncle Sam has his hand out, taking some money out of your check for Social Security. That's your money. That's our money. We earned it. We don't want it privatized so that the wealthy can make themselves wealthier and play whatever roulette or Ponzi scheme they want with our money and bankrupt us. And then it's like, oh, well, so sorry, nothing left. No, we ain't doing that. We're not falling for the okie doke like that. People, wake the heck up. Believe your eyes. Believe what you're seeing and hearing. Believe your ears. Believe the testimony of people that this current misadministration is screwing over right and left and costing people jobs and diminishing the effectiveness of this government so it can't do all of the things it was doing. And then they'll say, see, it's inefficient. Well, yeah. If you poked a hole in the boat and the boat's taking on water, of course it's inefficient. But you're the one that poked a hole in the boat. Y'all need to wake up and pay attention and push back and organize and resist while you can. Over and out.